Everybody, welcome to Stack Your Points. Thanks for watching and listening. And this is the Friday Q&A segment. So your questions, we answer them, sometimes up to an hour, sometimes it creates its own episode in and of itself. So if you have questions, always feel free to drop them on the YouTube channel or email us at stackyourpoints@gmail.com. But we hope you enjoy this week's Q&A session. Thanks for watching and listening.
To move over to our viewer questions. And our first question comes from Anthony Bovey from the Stack Your Points Discord channel. Anthony says, question for Lonnie or anyone who has experience with this topic. Have you ever been able to book a hotel through an airline portal and been able to get benefits from your status with that hotel? Example, using the United travel portal to book a night at a Hyatt, and then when you check in, giving your member number and getting benefits from your status. He's thinking personally about booking a night at a Hilton through the AAdvantage Hotel portal, getting his 10 times AA miles from that, giving his Hilton Honors number for the breakfast and paying $50 on his American Express Business Platinum for credit and the rest of his Aspire card for extra Hilton points. So, Lonnie, have you had experience booking through, say, the United portal and getting any relevant hotel status recognized?
No, I've never booked the United portal. Never booked a thing through it. Sarcasm at its best, people. So I saw this question while I was on assignment, and I responded that like, it's too much to type. I'll come back, because there are actual layers to this and how it all works out. And so it doesn't necessarily matter if it's like a travel portal like United or American. This would actually still affect third-party portals, something like Rocket Miles, where I can like assign whatever reward currency I want and still be able to book that hotel. So all of this kind of falls into the same bucket, and I've used it all and I've studied it all as well. So first, let's start with book via the airline portal and gets benefits or status. Yes, you can book and add your loyalty number, which is super important. So even though like I'm booking through a third-party reward site, and I'm going to call it reward site versus like a travel portal for one reason, I'll get to that in a minute, but you can still add your loyalty number to say, hey, I stayed. So if you need like 40 nights within a year, those nights still count because you stayed. Now, the promotion that you get could change. Now, and that's what I mean. Some of those benefits could fall off, i.e. you may not earn points on that stay, as it will code as a promo redemption if you use miles or like a Rocket Miles or something like that, United travel portal, and I use my United miles. That's going to count as a reward redemption. Now, in the question, he actually said AA, and he'll get 10x, whatever. That's the promotion for staying at that hotel. So when you actually check in at that hotel, you don't also get points for staying at the hotel. Your reward was that 10x from American Airlines travel portal that you got, or the miles that I got from Rocket Miles, or the miles or the promotion that I got from United. Now, there is a difference, and right now I'm still using reward currencies. I'm booking with miles, or Rocket Miles is straight promotion, so it doesn't matter if you book with cash, but that's straight promotion because you're getting a reward for booking through that third party. Now, as for credits with your status, so if you have this status with like Choice, I know RJ, who's not here tonight, has affinity for Choice. He's like our Choice expert. If you were to get free breakfast because of your status, you still get those perks because of your status. Those are attached to your status. So even though I might have gotten 20,000 miles because I booked the United, I paid cash, my reward was the 20,000 miles. I won't get miles when I check into the hotel, but because I'm a platinum or diamond member with that hotel, and they give me free bottle of water and free breakfast, I will still get the free bottle of water. I'll still get the free breakfast because that's based on my status. And that's what I mean when there's a lot of layers to this. Now, if you were to use one of those websites and you don't have an option, or you don't see the option, because sometimes it's a little bit sneaky in where they hide it, so you can't put in your loyalty number. Once you get your confirmation email from booking that, use that third-party confirmation, go directly to whoever, if it's IHG, Hilton, Hyatt, Wyndham, whoever, and you can manually add that confirmation to your loyalty account. So just because you didn't add it when you booked it does not mean that you can't use it. You can still do it. In a lot of cases, you can just do it in the app. So I know, like in my Hilton app, my IHG app, my Marriott app, I can just add extra, basically any type of reservation into it, as long as I have that third party confirmation number as well. And that, like I said, overall, your benefits will carry over no matter how you book. So as long as it's not the promotional reward, i.e. you receive points every single night for staying there, or you're going to receive a bucket of, some reward of some kind, you're accepting the reward from the third party site by not booking direct, whatever it is. And so you will not get that when you actually stay. You will still accumulate towards status, as I mentioned. So if you stay 3 nights, you still stay 3 nights. You're just not going to get $500 a night, if that makes sense. Now, the second part of the question, let's go to that AA example, which was a little bit more specific. So because you booked via AA, you got the 10X, you may not, I'm not going to say 100%, you may not get the points for your stay because you already got rewarded by booking through American Airlines. But your club access, room upgrade, breakfast credits, all that stuff would still be available. A lot of that works at the discretion of the hotel, not the hotel brand, the actual hotel you're staying at. Talk to the manager. Just be like, yo, I'm a platinum member. Can I get water? I normally get free breakfast. Can you just give it to me? Just the same way as, have you ever asked for just free parking, or can they waive the valet? I know Key has.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Every single time, you're like, yo, can you just take a day off of the, a parking off? It's at their discretion. So make sure that you ask. Now, in most cases, even though you may have status, this is where it gets tricky. So let's say because you're a ex-diamond member or something, you normally will get free breakfast or like a free cocktail drink in the club or something like that. All that can be taken away. And that's also at the hotel's discretion. You need to pay attention to the promo on how you book. So if I'm in United Travel Portal and it says breakfast is not included, even though I normally get breakfast included, even though my status might already give it to me, it can be taken away. And the best example that I have is if you've ever went directly with an airline and tried to book a flight, and it's like super duper basic economy, where it will say like the most restrictive, you don't get to pick a seat, you don't get to take a carry-on, you get to take one personal item. United does this. It doesn't matter if I'm 1K or not. If I book that super cheap, basic, restrictive seat, I still don't get to have a carry-on. Even though that's part of my perk with 1K status, is because I paid, that particular price, which is technically a promotion. They can take that stuff away as well and be like, nope, you don't get it because you got this ridiculously reduced price. So also pay attention to that. I think I checked all those boxes, but that's what I mean when I say it's too much to type and it's so many layers to it. But can you add your status to it? Yes. Can you get your status perks? Yes. But also make sure that you pay attention to what you're actually paying for, because if you're trying to double dip and I want to get my 500 points a night or whatever, how many points a night plus the promotion from AA, that's not going to fly. I haven't been to a single hotel yet where that flies, period. They shut them all. It always gets shut down. So I'm confident that's going to get shut down. Yeah. But then also pay attention to what you might be losing. So if it's like, yeah, because I stay here, I get free Wi-Fi. Yeah, when you booked it, it said no free Wi-Fi. And even though you get free Wi-Fi from your status, they'll take it away because you got it at a price where they don't find it profitable for the hotel chain or the brand that is to give you that Wi-Fi for free. So also pay attention to what you may be losing.
Okay. Lonnie, that was fantastic. There's one last part that I'll cover.
Go for it.
It says, you covered everything except for there's a part in here that talks about paying $50 because of the business platinum card, having that Hilton credit. So I'll take that, right? So everything Lonnie said, 100% true. When we're talking about bills and charges to the room, that's when you'll start getting your Hilton points. So is your numbers attached to your folio, then you're gonna start getting those Hilton points as you normally would if you're having room charges. So if you wanted to pay with your business platinum card as you're like, as you check in, 100%, that's gonna count, and that'll, deduct off of that credit. So that's all I'll say on that.
Thanks, Key. I completely missed the business platinum part of that question. It was so long.
Sorry, I thought I got through the business platinum, but if I didn't, my apologies. No, it does sound like it's possible. Your mileage is definitely going to vary. It's going to vary by the hotel specifically, especially if you're going through not the hotel. But ask, and the very worst they can do is tell you no and go and give you the Willy Wonka treatment. All right, Tariq, any thoughts on this question? Or I feel it's been sufficiently covered.
Nah, I think between Lonnie and Key that it's been answered, and I don't think I can add any other additional input to that.
Asked and answered.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I have nothing else. I'm going to be experimenting more with Chase the Edit, but since I haven't done it and I don't have experience with it yet, I can't tell you. But I'm looking forward to trying some bookings. Oh, Lonnie, how did that go?
It actually went great. So I had mentioned, what was it? November, I think. I flew from New York, and then I flew, picked up my family and went to Legoland and Disneyland. I actually used Chase the Edit for the JW Marriott that I stayed there, down there in Southern California.
That's nice.
It was nice. It was a very fun weekend. And I found out my little boy likes roller coasters, which, just like his dad, I can't wait till he's like 44 inches tall.
Once he's tall enough, it's over. All right, I remember that from me.
Yep. But it was very, very seamless. Once again, Matt, to go back to the part where I said, because I booked through a third-party site, in this case, the Chase Travel Portal, I was able to add my Marriott account in. It didn't sync automatically, but then I just went to my Chase email, got the confirmation from Chase, put it in my Marriott app, and boom, my gold status from my platinum card instantly fell over. And then I could just, manage the entire account there. The other aspect of it was everything is, of course, prepaid through Chase the Edit. So when I get to the hotel, all I need to do is provide my Chase Sapphire card to check in. It's very much like Amex Fine Hotels and Resorts for anyone that's familiar with that. So you stay 2 nights, you get breakfast for 2 included. You get $100 property credit, which I always end up using on room service myself. That's taken care of. Quick travel hack. You don't have to check out with that particular card. So when you leave, make sure that you use whatever card that you want. You just have to check in with the card. That works with Fine Hotels and Resorts. I tested it out. It worked with Chase the Edit as well. So if you have another card that might, in this case, like I said, I stayed at a Marriott. I don't have a Marriott card, but you wanted to use one of your Marriott cards, you can actually check out with your Marriott card. Hey, finish my final bill with that card as well. But other than that, it was completely seamless. And unlike the reward portal, because I'm not actually getting a reward when I book through Chase the Edit or Fine Hotels and Resorts. Those are credits and benefits that are provided to you from holding the card. I'm still earning my Marriott points or whatever hotel's chain I'm staying at when I stay there as well. So I'm not losing that because I didn't receive a reward when I made the booking. I just received benefits from holding one of those 2 cards.
And Lonnie, knowing you, when you made the booking, you made the redemption at the 1.5 cent per point through the Chase points. Perfect. Yep. Okay, that is everything I need to know with the edit. Now I just want Chase to take the Sapphire Reserve, take all of that with the edit, and apply it to the rest of Chase Travel.
And
for the CSR specifically.
Before anyone tries to come at me about using your Amex points or your Chase points in their portal to book a FHR or a Chase the Edit booking, try looking at those prices direct and look at them in the travel portal. FHR, it's always at least 25% off. I can't tell you the last time I haven't seen it. It's been 25% off, up to 40% off for at least the last 6 or 7 months. Key, I know Key's about to jump in because I know you've seen it too.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Chase the Edit was cheaper than booking directly with Marriott. And I still got all the Chase the added benefits. Like I said, I only got my gold status with Marriott from my platinum card. I don't have a Marriott card whatsoever. And they treated me like I had a platinum card when I checked in. And it was great. So y'all can say what y'all want, but I went to
All I'm
Legoland
saying
and
is
Disney for a weekend.
I'm so looking forward to playing around with this. All right, so we got that pretty well covered there. So thank you, Lonnie and Key, for carrying a lot of the weight on that first question. So we'll move to our second question. This comes from Double Animal Fries, our favorite In-N-Out connoisseur and commenter and member of the Stack Your Points Discord, who asks, in this moment of 2025 roadmap videos, what has made you deviate from your strategy in the past, and how important or realistic is road mapping anyway? So we'll turn to Tariq for the first answer on this one, and then we'll go around the horn.
Oh boy, am I gonna have to talk about the same thing I've been talking about? Am I beating the same dead horse for this? Yeah. Well, the thing that made me deviate from my roadmap, obviously, first was I saw Ooh Shiny with the World of Hyatt business card, and I was like, I could do 75,000 Hyatt points. I have all this extra spend. Why not? That came and bit me so hard on my rear end when I wanted to apply for the United Explorer, which was a car that I actually wanted. And oh, yeah, that was fun. So yeah, so I deviated because I saw Shiny, and then I deviated from it because I was forced to, because I didn't have a choice. Chase said no, and then I called Recon, and they said hell no. So yay. So, and I think when it comes to if it's important for road mapping, I know we talked about road mapping in previous episodes and how the term just didn't seem right. I think Spathco was the one that kind of went with the game plan. And it's a nice idea to get an idea of the cards that you want based on your travel goals for whether it be that year or the next 2 or 3, however it may be. You don't have to get the cards in the order that you listed on, and it's supposed to be dynamic. So if it's like a very rigid, I have to get this card on this day at this time, you are pigeonholing yourself and ignoring any potential transfer bonus, like any additional elevated bonuses for a card that you still may want, and get even more rewards on there. So I think it has its place in the game to roadmap or game plan, but you shouldn't try to stress yourself out in adhering to it strictly. It's not a diet. It's just a game plan.
Yeah.
Matt, what do you think?
So it's really hard to apply for a card that doesn't exist. So 1 second here. Sorry, lost my visual for just a second there. So anyway, those cards being like a JetBlue premium card. If a JetBlue premium card launches this year, I'm grabbing it. But until it launches, it doesn't exist. The same would be true for a World of Hyatt luxury card. If a World of Hyatt luxury card comes out and is awesome, cool. The premium Alaska Airlines card looks really interesting. It has not launched yet. They may still make changes based on what is coming. So I'm not prescribing to a roadmap for this year, just because I always like to have the flexibility to make a change if it fits what I want to do. So as long as I have the ability to make sure that I always have the chance to get the card, I like to keep myself free of roadmaps just so that I don't have those deviations. Now in 2024, did I have significant deviations? No, because going into 2024, the only card I really wanted to get was the Chase Ink Cash, and I ended up getting that in July. So after acquiring that card, I was pretty content. And then, if there was a deviation, there was American Express contacting me and having a personalized offer on the Blue Business Plus that gave me an extra 10,000 points on top of the traditional 15,000 points for the same amount of spend. So like that was a nice bonus for me, getting extra points for the same spend, and American Express being the ones who are like, hey, you're eligible for this. So yeah, I've deviated from strategies just because like they were still cards that would make sense, because I like to stay at Hilton's, and Amex is 1 to 2 to Hilton. So the Blue Business Plus was sort of a what's going on here type card, where it wasn't on my like plan to get, but because it fits in with Hilton, I went ahead and pulled the trigger because, you know, synergistically it worked out. So we'll throw it back to you, Key.
Yeah. I like this question a lot. How do I take it? I'm 9 cards away from 100 in my total lifetime, so I already know that there's going to be deviations. So I have a list of cards I want to get, but I'd be lying to say that there's a specific order or something like that. I'm just going to get them and in the most strategic way possible. Like sometimes when you're applying for these cards, you have to do them in a certain order in order to make your approval odds significantly higher. So yeah, my roadmap's going to change for sure. My game plan, whatever we're calling it, is going to change. But I'll tell you that it's not going to change for airline cards unless I have a flight that I plan on booking as soon as I get those points. For me, I like spending down my airline miles as fast as possible. I know that's a little bit different than some of the people here. So I'd rather have transferable currencies and, you know, just points I'm going to deploy right away. And then the last thing I wanted to say was I love striking when the iron's hot, right? This credit card game is constantly changing and constantly new rules are being added and so on and so forth. So I know I'd be upset if I wanted a card and didn't get it because I was like, oh, I hope that there's going to be a, you know, ridiculously high bonus because there traditionally is or there traditionally has been at a specific time. And then boom, that card's discontinued. I know I'd be pissed, but that's just me. So
Lonnie, you're usually, no, I wouldn't say the most disciplined of us, but you are pretty disciplined in your approach to things. Has there ever been something that made you deviate away from your strategy, or, you know, you've just created a whole new strategies as needed? So yeah, how important or realistic is road mapping, and what's pulled you away from your path before?
So my strategy, or the way I look at road mapping, is a beautiful spider web of synergy. So it's not necessarily like based on cards or, oh, it's 2025. What cards am I going to get this year? Let me see. And like put it, like Tariq said, put it on an Excel sheet. I work a little bit differently. And there's nothing wrong for y'all that do that, by the way. I'm not like getting mad at y'all or shooting y'all down.
felt like you're coming at me.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. If it works for you, it works for you.
Targeted.
Whatever. I got a target for you in a minute, Tariq. Don't worry.
Come on.
There's a day ending in Y on this podcast.
Yeah. But for me, it's not about what cards I want versus what cards I may need or what currencies that I may need. So I've said this before, you know, your points, your miles should always have a purpose and an exit strategy. So if you're out there just randomly applying for cards like, hey, Matt talked about this card, brand new card or whatnot, and he said it was great. Maybe I'm just going to go apply for it. And you have absolutely no willy-nilly purpose for it. When you apply in that manner and build a roadmap in that manner, just like, oh, I'm going to get what's new and hot, or I'm going to get what, you know, the flavor of the day is this week, you're going to end up finding yourself making a mistake. And this is, sorry, Tariq, this is where you come in by, you got the Hyatt card without a purpose, without a plan, and it killed your plan when you really needed that plan to work out. And that's what I mean. I'm just using you as an example. You already mentioned it. I'm just using what you said 10 minutes ago.
Look, I already mentioned it. It didn't need to be mentioned again. Good Lord.
Now, as Key had mentioned, things change all the time. Offers change all the time. So, like I said, I build my roadmap around my bookings. I book almost 11, 12 months out in advance, almost every single trip, because I already know when I'm going to go, where I want to go, how I'm going to pay to get there. So it could be like X booking, I'm going to use my Chase points. And we've talked about this in a previous podcast of, the sweet spot. Like if I use my Chase points, this is going to kill my Chase points. So I should probably work on my Chase points right now. So when I make that booking, when it comes to that 11-month mark, when I can actually book it itself, it's going to reduce my balance, but I could already start working on building that balance back up. Or I've talked about, trips later in 2025 that are going to be based around Amex points and Hilton points, which is one of the reasons why I just got the Hilton Aspire card. That's based on that booking itself, and I'll use it and, we'll shift it around whatever afterwards and see where we land there. And then last but not least, my roadmap is best based not just on bookings or the cards themselves, or not on cards themselves, but also on time of year. I know when I spend, where I have high spend out of my bank account. We all have an April 15th. I know on average how much I have to pay in taxes because of, all the stuff that I do in my life outside of YouTube, and now including YouTube itself. I know how much I have to pay in taxes, where I'm like, I can get a sub in one day. I can get a sub on April 15th. So I'm going to get a card before then, every single year. My registration for my car is high. It's not cheap. But most of our registration for cars ain't cheap nowadays. You know what I mean? And I can also pay for my insurance for 12 months, all in the first 3 months of the year. So in the first quarter of every year, I always get at least one card, sometimes two, because I know about that. And because I plan so far out in advance, that's my roadmap. Like, okay, I'm going to take this trip at the end of 2025. We are waiting for the 11th month mark to book for 2026. These are the points that I need. That's going to determine what cards I need. And because I'm so far out in planning in advance, I don't have to deviate from my plan. My plan is already kind of set.
I love it. The ultimate strategist has a plan. If you don't have to spend, you ain't getting a card. And if you need the points, you getting a card.
Yeah. And if you don't need the card, hit subscribe on my channel. I'll show you how to point stack. You can get the same amount of spend every single day just by clicking your mouse a few more times, people. Just by clicking it a few more times.
Shopping through Chase, Rakuten, United Shopping Portal, or American Airlines Shopping Portal, Delta Shopping Portal, dining options through Rewards Network. Built rewards, built neighborhood rewards
options out there, and these systems don't talk to each other. You can take advantage of multiple systems at the exact same time if you play your cards right. Pun intended.
Ooh.
Absolutely. All right. So thank you, Double for that. I'm curious about what Double's favorite order at In-N-Out is. But anyway, we'll continue on. The last question comes from Jason from the Stack Your Points Discord, who asks, what non-points and miles or travel-related goal do you have for yourself this year? And I'll throw it over to Key for the first answer on this one.
Yeah. I am starting a new job. Beginning of the year, here we are, new job. So my goal is really just to get up to speed as quick as possible and really start hitting the ground running in the same industry, but just completely different line of work. So really excited. I know that this current job will also help with the YouTube channel in terms of like storytelling and just speaking in general. So just really excited for that. And that's my goal.
Oh, that's awesome. Tariq, any non-points and miles related or non-points and miles or travel related goal for you for this year?
So I have the arbitrary New Year's resolution goal of just getting my butt back in shape. To put more tangibility towards it, or like more of a smart goal, it's at least go down to shirt size, which hit the gym more. Actually started doing like 10,000 steps a day. As of today, I'm at 12,800. So a lot of walking. And then personal finance, fully fund my Roth IRA for the first time in my adult life. And then getting back into the shape, I want to be able to, my school does a 5K every February. So I'm going to take the year to try to get into running shape to run that 5K in February 2026. So if anybody in the Discord wants to be a fitness accountability partner, hit my line. Let's have some fun and let's hit some goals.
Awesome. No, that all sounds awesome. That's all sounds awesome, especially trying to knock out that 5K next year. Lonnie, any non-points and miles related goal for you this year?
Well, I gotta add on to Tariq because it's time to officially kill the dad bod. Man, it came in fast, y'all. Just I'm letting y'all know it comes in fast, y'all.
I had it before, and it's only gotten worse since.
I have it. It's bad.
We're at the point where he likes to eat chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, and fries, and I'm just like, yo, bro, you got to chill. I need a carrot.
Yeah, it's here. I got to the point. It's like, man, you know what? That looks pretty good too. Let me get a piece of that.
It doesn't stop.
When you really look back at it, it makes total sense of how it happens between the whole pregnancy and the first couple of like months or the first year or so. It makes total sense on how it happened. Even though I'm a highly active person, I'm just a highly active person with a gut at the moment. So the gut got to go. But outside of that, my missus and I are having conversations about purchasing another home. So that could be a goal. Once again, going back, Key's going to call me out for being a strategist or whatnot, but we have a number, and when we hit a number where it's like it's time to upgrade, and we're about at that number, so it's about that time to upgrade.
Listen, I'm not coming after you. I love your plans, and I love just your thought process. So
I have
congrats.
one question.
I hope you hit that goal.
I have one question for that home buying, Lonnie. Are you going to use Built for that home buying process?
If I can, absolutely, yes. I'm not going to leave points out there. Just
like that could, where you are, you could get a good amount of points. Like, because the way how much
get points for writing a check.
You just get the points for using the realtor. Look, like I'm looking at my houses. I'm like, okay, cool. I can get like a couple 100,000 Built points just for using the thing. All right, cool. Say less. And that's just for the down payment.
Even for daycare, and it's funny that you mentioned that because daycare is one of those other things. So like, unless you can pay a credit card or something, like you can't get points. In my case, I can't. But they'll take a debit card where I'm like, yo, do I want that Amex check-in debit card where I at least get 2 points a dollar for a debit card? Like, this is how my brain works, y'all. Every dollar I spend, I should get something for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you can, the goal is for every single thing to spend be points, except my barber, because I still have to take out $40 every 2 weeks.
I will buy anything I can with my money except for travel. That's my goal. My points should pay for my travel. I'm not paying twice for travel. Yep.
Subsidize it. Yeah. So for non-points miles, travel-related goal, I also will be trying to get down at least one shirt size, possibly, maybe shoot for 2, but 1 would be great. 2 would be amazing. The other things, it's time to learn some new skills for work. I'm in a position where I do a fair amount of administrative things, but I want to move over to data analysis. So I want to get out of what I'm doing and try and get some certificates in Power BI and Tableau and make myself more data literate. And hopefully by the end of the year, I will get at least 1 or 2 certificates in that area, and maybe hopefully make myself a little bit more marketable either to my company or go outside of my company.
I just had flashbacks to school when you said Tableau. No thanks. As much as thanks UTSA for having an accounting major where I had to do Tableau, and 2 years since I graduated and I have not touched that software outside of school. So thanks.
Who knows? Maybe I'll apply to jobs with certain point reward earning currencies, but who knows? So yeah, the goal is some sort of certification in either like Power BI or Tableau or something data related, data analysis related, and 1 or 2 shirt sizes, and go from there. So, as any other final thoughts here on questions?
I was going to say, it sounds like your skill thing is just work towards getting a promotion, which we're here for. Get that money, man.
Promotion or leave. There's fine. So, all right. Well, with that, thank you so much for watching the questions portion. As you know, it comes out every Friday here on YouTube. If you like what you do, hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to leave a question for us, comment sections of all our videos always works. If you want to leave us a question elsewhere, you can use stackyourpoints@gmail.com, our email address, as well as the Stack Your Points Discord. Join the Discord. Link's always in the description, and utilize the podcast questions portion of the Discord for questions that we answer on the show. You ask them, we'll eventually get to them. Thank you this week to Jason, Double Animal Fries, and Anthony for your questions. Everyone else, we'll get through them soon. We're going to move on now to, and thanks for your time. Talk to you soon. That'll do it for our topics of the week. If you like what we do, hit the like and subscribe. Check us out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for various portions of the show. Full show comes out on Saturdays. Please, if you want to check us out in all audio format, check out the podcatcher of your choice. Give us a like and subscribe here on YouTube if you so choose. We are pushing to 300 subscribers here. I know Lonnie recently crossed 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've recently crossed 1,500 subscribers. Key is almost at 1,500 subscribers. Tariq, we're still waiting on your push to 100. And that's all I had there. So Lonnie, if we wanted to find you on the internet, where's the best place to find you?
You can find me right here on YouTube. Just type in "Call Me Lonnie," all one word, and Lonnie is spelled L-A-N-I. It's the best way to reach me. And if you want, you can also reach me on the Discord, also under the exact same name, "Call Me Lonnie."
Thanks very much, Lonnie. Key, best place to find you?
All things Kiki Adventures, Key Adventures, mostly on YouTube, but also Instagram if that's your jam. And I look forward to listening to this, seeing what the comments are. If you're interested, I do have a live stream coming up on February 2nd. So hopefully see you then.
Definitely check that out. I haven't had the opportunity to check out yesterday's live, but I'm going to try and catch that on replay very soon.
It was a fun one.
Geeky Adventure. Oh, good to know. Be on the lookout. I'll try to fit that in as soon as I can. I do have a little bit of free time coming up. Tariq, best place to find you around the confines of the internet.
So definitely in the Stack Your Points Discord, and you will see me on Reeks Rewards. I just checked my subscriber count. I have a good amount of people waiting for that video, so appreciate y'all. And yeah, you'll get a drop here soon. Sure.
Record it, edit it, post it, get it out there. Get those first couple out there, get those jitters out, and keep on rolling. All right, that'll do it for this week's episode. As always, click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you next week for another episode of Stack Your Points. Thanks so much.